going to do
I
this.
get a little excited about open houses.
They're the key. Every agent I talk to who's successful is like open house, open house, open house. And
I once got accused by somebody saying that I was saying that open houses are a waste of time. And I'm like, really? That is so far from
Well, if you do them wrong, they are.
If you do them wrong, absolutely, it's a waste of time. But like, that is
but
not
the problem is they really do take a lot of work. Like to do them right, it's not easy. Like you got to do a lot.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Okay, we are good.
Are we live?
We are live.
Okay. All right. Wait a minute. I got to take one more sip of coffee. Now I'm almost alive. All right. Good morning.
All right. Hey, Kale crew. Welcome back to Coffee Talk with DJ and Risa. This is your go-to weekly blend of real estate tips, mindset boosts, and a whole lot of fun.
A whole lot of fun. All right. We're kicking off Open House Blitz Month. And if you're ready to grow your business without spending a dime, you're in the right place.
That's right. Because at the end of the day, hosting open houses are basically free marketing. Now think about it. It doesn't really cost you anything but your time, a couple hours, and the return can be huge.
Huge. So, all right, let's be honest. Open houses are simple, low pressure, and can be a lot of fun. You get to meet new people, you get to showcase a beautiful home and position yourself as the local expert.
And, you know, today's topic is how to find great open house opportunities, because you might be thinking, I don't like open houses. They don't work. They do work. We're going to show you how. But the best open houses really aren't handed to you last minute. They're the ones you go out and find yourself.
All right.
So
go
ahead.
Give us a pro tip. I know you're about to give us a go.
So this is really important to understand, everybody. You don't get paid to host an open house. You get paid when you turn those visitors into leads and eventually closings.
Okay, that's absolutely right. And in fact, I think if you get paid, chances are it's not going to be a good open house.
Right.
All right, here's what you do. So first you hop on our MLS and you go ahead and you do a search for, I suggest detached properties, but you could do detached or attached. But make sure you add the field of listing office name and search for Cal Realty listings. And search near your home or in neighborhoods that you know and love. Think about schools, parks, and restaurants. Anything that you know in that area is going to add value to these conversations. So again, go to the MLS, search for properties, add a field, list office name, add Cal Realty, and geographically search in the areas that you know near your home and where you can talk about schools, parks, and restaurants.
Yes, I was just talking to a top producer from a different office out in the western suburbs, and I was asking her, she's been doing this 20 years, she's amazing. And I said, what is the key to your success? And she said two things. One, where I make my phone calls every day to my sphere of influence, which we've talked about a lot before. And the second thing was open houses. And I said, well, tell me, what's your secret? And she goes, I do 2 to 4 open houses for every listing I have. I said, wow, that's amazing. She goes, it's the best strategy. So we know that open houses work. And we also know that not everybody has listings. So what Risa is telling you to do is really, really smart. You go into the MLS, look at the Kale Realty listings. We have hundreds and hundreds of agents, hundreds and hundreds of listings. Find an area that you know well, and basically then it's going to pull up opportunities for you. So you're going to go into the MLS, do that. You're also going to filter for listings that are new on the market and also coming soon. You're also going to want to check the private listing network. Also, anything that's been price changed or reactivated. So you're going to look for these opportunities from other agents within our office. And buyers are drawn to anything that's kind of new and shiny or something that's just, changed on the MLS.
Absolutely. And DJ, I mean, the truth be told, you don't want to sit in an open house on a property that's been sitting on the market and lingering for a long time, maybe because it was overpriced or doesn't showcase well. People think that you're the listing agent, so choose the fresh and shiny property, not the stale. Got it? And price point matters significantly. So if you sit in a lower priced home, you might bring in more foot traffic, but realize that you're picking up buyer leads. And so you might get more budget sensitive buyers. And if you want to go high end, that's great. But realize that higher end listings may boost your brand, but get you fewer visitors. And so you've got to determine what fits your goals.
Yeah, and make sure that the house looks good in the photos before reaching out, which we're going to teach you how to do in just a second to our agents. Because let's be real, like make sure these photos look good. Buyers often assume that you are going to be the listing agent because you are going to be doing the open house. If the place is a mess, they think bad seller and they think bad agent. You don't want that reputation.
Not at all. This is all about building your brand. Okay, so now you've identified some listings that our Kale agents have. Go ahead and either text or call. Those are the best communication methods. But text and call that listing agent. Congratulate them on getting this listing. Ask them if you can help promote their listing with a well marketed open house and offer to create more exposure to them. Most agents will say yes. And if they don't, no problem. Move on to the next one. And don't forget, this is your chance to shine. You're not just sitting in a house, you're there to build trust, you're there to build your brand, you're practicing your pitches, and you're building your pipeline for free.
Yeah, and this is really, really important, everyone. So, when you think about reaching out to an agent that has a listing, remember, this is their relationship with their seller. So, what I encourage you to do is to reach out to them and say, here is my plan. Here's what I'm going to do to market the listing. Here is what I'm going to do when somebody comes up to the home and walks in. Here's how I'm going to show the property and ask them, does this work? Does this fit your selling style? Is this acceptable to what you want represented at your property? So you go over it with the agent so you get their sign off because they might have some suggestions. They're going to know things about that property too that you probably don't. So you would want to ask them, what are the cool things that I should highlight? What should I feature? And you're going to want to just have that great communication. And as Risa said, if they say no, that's actually not that uncommon. Most are going to say yes. Once they say no, though, say, hey, I totally understand and appreciate that. Is it okay if I reach out for some of your future listings? Because maybe there will be an opportunity where you won't be able to do an open house and maybe I could step in and help you get this home sold, right? You want to just keep reaching out. I know a lot of top agents who say the first time someone reaches out to ask to do an open house, they just, now I'm not talking about our agents, but I know agents in the industry, really good agents go, I'm going to let them ask a few times. So even if they say no, just say, hey, I totally understand. Is it okay if I reach out in the future? You want to build these relationships with agents, and then soon you're going to be their go-to for all of their listings, all of their open houses. So again, this is a no ad spend situation, no paid leads. This is just you, your charm, and a solid plan.
I like your point about building the relationship with other agents. You know, they don't know your style. They don't know how much marketing you're going to do to create that exposure. And of course, next week, we're going to give you lots of great tips on how to do that marketing. But let's be honest, this is kind of fun. You're going to be out in the real estate world, meeting new people, giving house tours like a boss, and leaving with new contacts and conversations.
Absolutely. This is so. Here's the challenge this week. It's going to be a really simple challenge. So you might say, okay, if you have listings, create an open house. This is the time to do it. If you don't have listings, what we're going to do is going to pick your dream open house, right? You're going to go into the MLS. You're going to search for the Kale listings, look for ones that are in the areas that you know the best or that you want to specialize in and lock it in, like pick them out, and then get ready to promote it like a pro.
Okay, so next week on Coffee Talk, we're going to go deeper into open houses, but we're going to specifically going to talk about how to market your open house from the signage to social media so you can pick the place and leave with leads.
Awesome. So cheers to growth. Oh, sorry. Cheers to growth, connection, and having a little fun while doing it. Risa, I think this is such an exciting thing. And if I were to tell everyone, if anyone tells you open houses don't work, just remember they don't work for that person. They work for other agents. I've had lots of people on my podcast. They all love open houses, and you do too.
And you said it to me before, DJ. If you don't do it right, it's not going to work.
That's
So
right.
we're going to help you do it right. And let's go ahead and blitz the open houses and get our open house signs everywhere in Illinois.
I love that. And as a little special bonus for everyone, I have two resources for you. One from the Locker Room, which is our coaching company that we're partnered with. Of course, Risa is our internal person who knows everything about this market and how to market them. I'm going to give you some external documents as well. So if you want to reach out, I'm going to share with you from the Locker Room how they recommend that you do open houses. And I'm going to send you an episode that I did with Zach Geisendorfer. He's an agent in Southern California. He does over 400 open houses, he and his team, a year, and he gives you his exact step-by-step strategy. I'll send that to you as well. So reach out to me and I'll get that to you.
That sounds totally awesome. All right, thanks for joining me today, DJ. It was great to see you. And thanks, everybody, for joining us today for Coffee Talk. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, everyone.